Good morning, champions. Josh Zeppis here, freedom fighter and creator of Broke is No Joke, the movement towards true freedom. And I'm getting a lot of questions about clarity. And what do you mean by that, Josh? What do you mean by clarity? Why is it so important? Well, let me tell you something. It's not just my favorite C word. It's also one of the most important concepts you can understand if you want to have success in anything, whether it be your health, your career, your home life, money. You've got to have clarity. And so I thought I would take some time and talk about 3 levels of clarity that a lot of times we just don't consider. So we're going to start at the bottom, right? It's one of my favorite places to start. Let's just start at the bottom. Let's start with the worst case scenario here, and that's called ignorance. So 3 levels of clarity. First level, bottom rung, is ignorance. This is not knowing what we don't know. That's all ignorance is. It's just, and this is not a judgment thing, by the way. I just want to make this very, very clear. These levels, it's not about judging people where they are. This is just a description. This is just helping us understand where we are. So the first level of ignorance just means you don't know what you don't know, right? And we're ignorant. Most people, we're all ignorant about all kinds of things. And that's okay. I'm not talking about the kind of ignorance that doesn't matter. Like, I'm ignorant when it comes to rock climbing. I know there's rocks involved, and I know there's climbing involved, and I think you climb on the rocks. But beyond that, I know nothing. I don't know the terminology. I don't know the equipment. I don't know any aspect of rock climbing. So I'm ignorant about rock climbing. But that's okay, because it doesn't matter in the big scheme of things. In other words, not knowing rock climbing is not going to stop me from winning in life, moving forward, doing what I got to do, taking care of my family, helping others, right? This is not one of those things that's vitally important to me. So of all of these things, there's lots of things that aren't vitally important to us. That's okay. We could be ignorant about those things. There's no problem there until we don't want to be ignorant anymore, and that's okay. But here's the thing. When it comes to the important stuff, when it comes to money, and it comes to our health, and it comes to our relationships, and it comes to our career, and all these things that we really do care about, that's where it's a challenge. That's the place where it's dangerous at best to be ignorant. And so it's kind of like ignorance in that sense is kind of like playing a game and not knowing the rules. Isn't that crazy? Like, any chance that we're going to win a game if we don't know the rules? It's like you might as well put a blindfold on and throw darts at the wall, because you're not going to hit anything. It's never going to work. So from ignorance, what usually happens when it comes to something important to us is we have what I call a wake-up call. And we go up to the next level. Our wake-up call brings us to the next level of clarity, which is called awareness. All right, so awareness now means we know what we don't know. Right? That's all awareness is. It just means we're now aware of what we don't know. So if we take health as an example, if we're ignorant about our health and we just eat poorly and we're smoking and we're doing all the wrong things, and then bam, one day we get that wake-up call. It could be a heart attack. It could be a cancer diagnosis. It could be something our doctor said. It could be that we're out of breath when we're trying to keep up with our grandkids. Whatever it is, there's a wake-up call, and bam, all of a sudden we're aware. We're like, oh my goodness, yeah. Oh, I never thought about it. I never really considered that I was really mistreating myself. And that awareness piece now gives us opportunity. And I'm not going to lie to you. Awareness is a double-edged sword. It can be both invigorating and exciting, because we have a chance to make a change. Now that we're aware, we have a chance to control our future, our destiny. But it's also a really frickin' scary place, because it means now we got the wheel to the car, right? We're in the driver's seat now, and that's scary, because if we don't think we're a good driver, or we're not sure what we're doing, or we're not competent, we just don't have the belief in ourselves, that's scary as hell. So we've got it's a kind of 2 options here. We can take this awareness and we can do something about it and get to that next level, or we can go into denial and or self-doubt and fall right back into ignorance. Except this time it's willful ignorance, right? This time it's being done on purpose. So we go from awareness and we fall right back into ignorance, and we pretend that nothing ever happened. We're in denial about our awareness, like we're in denial about A lot of people, we have 30 million people recently just lost their jobs. And a lot of those folks, so that was the wake-up call, right? They thought they had a safe, secure job. That's the ignorance piece. By the way, ignorance, it's not that their job went from safe and secure to not safe and secure. Their jobs were never safe and secure, right? Jobs, that's not by design. A job is not supposed to be your end-all, be-all. You don't own it. They're not going to pay you what you're worth. And again, I'm not judging. That's just a description of what a job is. So ignorance was, I have a safe, secure job. Wake-up call was, you just lost your safe, secure job. It was never safe and it was never secure. Now, the challenge is, what are they going to do? Are they going to go and make a decision to get to the next level? Or are they going to go into denial that, well, that was just a bad one? Or are they going to self-doubt themselves, there you go, into actually believing that, well, yeah, I know the job isn't the end-all be-all. I know it's not going to get me where I want to go, but I'm not good enough to do anything else. And they're going to fall back into that ignorance piece and round it until the next wake-up call. Because eventually there's going to be another wake-up call. Eventually they're going to go to another job. They're probably going to lose that too, or something's going to happen. The company's going to outsource or shut down, or economy, and they're going to repeat the cycle. This cycle, by the way, of wake-up call into awareness, and from awareness, doubt and or denial back into ignorance, this cycle is essentially the rat race. That's what this is. So when you hear me talk about the rat race, this is what I'm talking about in essence. It's that endless, pointless, self-defeating cycle that keeps us not moving forward in life. And so that's why these first two levels are so important. Now, in awareness, if we take the other option, instead of going into denial and doubt and going back into ignorance and just putting our head in the sand and pretending it's going to be okay, what if we get to that next level above that? That next level above that, I call that laser-focused vision. Laser-focused vision. And all it takes to get from awareness to laser-focused vision is a big decision. A big decision. A drawing the line in the sand. A decision that says, damn it, no frickin' more. I'm not taking it anymore. I'm not taking it up the butt. I'm not taking all this crap that life's giving me. I'm making a decision right now. No more getting screwed over. No more getting hurt. I'm taking control. It's too important to me, and I'm going to be laser focused on something. I'm going to find the solution. I'm going to dig. I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to get mentors. I'm going to get coaching. I'm going to move to that next level. And when you're at that level, when you have that laser focused vision, which basically is, you can see the finish line. You can see success. You can see the solution. You can see, it's so clear. You can smell it, taste it, touch it, hold it, feel it, every aspect. You know exactly what that looks like. You know exactly what that finish line feels like. You know, it's interesting. People ask, like, how do you do these Spartan races? How do you go and, like, get all bloodied and muddied and climb stuff and mountains and all this kind of stuff? And, like, what keeps you going? And I said, it's very simple. When I first show up at the race, I go right to the finish line. I go right to, and I look at it. I make sure it's there. And I'm like, there's the finish line. I know there's a finish line. I know that if I keep going and I just never quit, if I stay laser focused on following the race path and getting to the finish line, I know there's going to be glory at the end. I know it's going to be worth it. It's going to be all worth it. That's that top level of clarity when you're so laser focused, right? And you have that clear vision. And I know some of you are thinking, like, well, don't you have to take action? Don't you have to do stuff? Of course. But this level of clarity, laser focused vision, actually you can't get to that. This level of it, you won't get to it unless you are serious, unless you're ready to take action, unless you're just like ready, like 100% committed. You won't have this level of laser focused vision. So now, at that level, does that mean once you're there, you're there? No, it takes work. It takes a lot of work, and it takes this mindset of a winner, of a champion, which I know you have because you were born as a champion. That's another whole story. But what happens sometimes Now that we're with this top laser focused vision, sometimes we can fall back into awareness. We can take our eye off the ball, and that's called distraction. Distractions will drive us back down to awareness, where we're like, okay, I know I'm supposed to be doing it, but I just don't have that fire. I just don't have that passion. It's just not important to me anymore. And that's okay. It does happen until you make that big decision again, right? And that big decision takes you back up into laser focused. So these are the 3 levels of clarity. So we have ignorance at the bottom, which means I don't know what I don't know, and nor do I want to know. And then we have awareness, which is the first step towards making different choices and actually taking control. And then we've got laser focused vision, which means nothing can stop you. You're gonna succeed, or you're gonna die trying. Those are the only 2 options available to you: succeed or die trying. So hopefully this helped. Hopefully this gave you some clarity around what I mean when I say clarity and the different levels of it. And here's my challenge to you. Take 5 important areas in your life right now, write them down, and assign where you are into each of those. And one of the simple ways to test is, how successful do you feel in each of those areas? If you're not as successful as you want to be, you're probably somewhere in the ignorance awareness piece. If you're so close to success, if you just know you're on the right path, I would still question it anyways. Because let me tell you, for 20 years of my life, I was sure I was doing the right thing. I was climbing the ladder in corporate America, I was putting into my 401k, and I thought both of those were going to work out. And then I found out one day that neither one, guaranteed, neither one was going to work out. 100% impossible, knew it for a fact once I had that level of awareness. But in my ignorance, I was very sure also. So awareness is such a key thing, and asking the right questions. Ask those questions on those 5 things. Am I really, really getting the results I want? And if not, why? And don't be afraid to dig. Reach out to me if you have any questions. Let's talk about this. If you want to get a little more on the how side of moving up these levels, I'd be happy to chat with you. Go to brokeisnojoke.org or find me on social media at brokeisnojoke. And my wife is going to kill me if I don't say this, so like this video. If you're on YouTube here, subscribe. Make some comments below. Let me know what you think. And I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate you. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I can't wait to be talking to you soon. Take care.